Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be looking at Am I the Butthole? It is a lovely day outside. It is very warm. I think the back of my knees are sweating. It's lovely. So if you can hear my fan in the background, mind your business, okay? Your girl needs the fan. I'm not made for this weather. I'm too pasty, and the Irish genetics really come through this time of year. That's all I can tell you. So yeah, if that sounds like something you'd like to listen along to with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. My cats are really up to some shit downstairs, and you know what? I feel today that I'm just going to treat it like it's none of my business. They could be wrecking my curtains and all sorts, and I'm just going to let it, water off a duck's back. It is what it is. So, we're going to start off with, am I the butthole for telling a woman at the gym that she's embarrassing herself? I go to the gym a lot. About 6-ish months ago, I noticed a woman I call Andrea. That's not her name, but it will be for the rest of this post. I don't know if Andrea started going to the gym 6 months ago, or if that's just when I noticed her. Full disclosure, I spoke to her first, but I had no way of knowing what the result would be. A lot of machines at the gym have little entertainment systems attached to them that can access local channels. I got on the treadmill and realised the TV on the treadmill wasn't working. Andrea was walking past and I said, "Hey, do you know if there's an issue with the cable? This TV isn't working, but I don't know if it's just this one or all of them." She said the same thing happened to her on a different machine. I thanked her, and that was the whole interaction. A very innocent interaction, I must say. A week later, she asked me for some electrolyte powder for her water. I said I didn't have any. She was cool with that and asked me how long I'd been coming to the gym and what I did for work. I answered and returned her questions. She said she was new to the area and worked in private security. We had a few more chill conversations after that. 6 weeks ago, she asked me out. For reasons I won't get into here, I wasn't interested. I declined. You don't need a reason to not be interested. If you're not interested, you're not interested. Don't feel guilty about turning someone down. As long as you're polite about it, you don't be an asshat unless they get insistent. You don't need a reason. You just say, "No, thank you. That's really kind of you and I'm flattered, but no, thank you." She said not to worry about things being awkward at the gym if we don't work out. I said that wasn't the issue. I'm just not looking to date right now. And that right there, Andrea, should have been the last of the conversation. But why do I feel like that is not what is going to happen? Why do I feel like that? Because this is Reddit. Of course it's not. Normal conversations don't happen here. She kept talking to me, and at first I kept talking to her, but I started to think something might be wrong, and I started avoiding her. 2 weeks ago, she walked up to me while I was on a machine with only one way to properly dismount, that involved stepping into where she was standing. She asked if I was avoiding her. I said I was, and apologised. I said I just don't want to date right now. And that should be enough. I hate this culture that we've got that you have to have a reason for not wanting to date, or you have to have a reason for not being interested in someone. Not being interested and not wanting to is enough of a reason. Stop being a weird pest. She said I don't have to avoid her to not date her. I said okay. I kept avoiding her though. Yeah, I get it. Tonight while I was working out, she confronted me about avoiding her. I had a bad day and told her to leave me alone. She asked me why I'm being and I said because I wanted her to leave me alone. And then said that she was embarrassing herself and needs to stop. She put her foot on top of the weights and I thought she was going to press down on them. So I let go of the bar very quickly, causing the weights to slam and make a loud noise. Several people looked over. She said, "Now who's embarrassing himself?" and walked away. Did I go too far by saying that? Do I owe her an apology? No, I just can't stand the entitlement people have over, your time. If someone's being an absolute pest and constantly begging, I'd be like, yeah, you are embarrassing, mate. Get away with it. Update. I went in early this morning for a run and told the front desk staff about Andrea putting her foot on the weights. And not to say that's dangerous as well. They said they would talk to her. Then after work, I went in again for a regular workout. I was working on my legs when she walked up to my machine. The first thing she did was apologise about the weights. I don't know if someone talked to her, if that was just her own initiative. I accepted her apology and apologised for saying that she was embarrassing herself. She said she forgave me, but if I wanted to really make it up to her, oh my god, I could buy her a drink. And she would buy me one too, to make up for the weight. I said maybe we should buy our own drinks, meaning separately at different places and times, and she misunderstood me and asked when and where. I told her that I meant I didn't want to go out with her, like you've said millions of times. She said this wouldn't be a date, but a reset for our friendship. I said I don't want to be friends. She said I was being a douche and asked what my problem is. I said the weight incident made me uncomfortable, and I would rather just give each other space. She then asked me if my problem with her is that she's Hispanic. I was so taken aback. I didn't even know she was until she said that. I said no, that she just made me uncomfortable. She wanted me to explain what about her made me uncomfortable. I don't know, Andrea, could it be following them around the gym being beggy? And I tried to do so, but she argued with every point I made. I got so frustrated and told her to just stay away from me. She said fine, and that I have a lot of maturing to do, and then she walked away. I am hoping that's the end of it. I highly doubt it. So then down in the comments, Trundle Sploot says the minute her foot went onto those weights, it became really important to report this crap. I'm sorry you stumbled across a gym stalker. So did I a few years ago, and it chased me out of the gym entirely. And then Scaredad2563 says, really, when she confronted OP about avoiding her, and OP confirmed they were, in fact, avoiding her, then she showed up again. And then Trundle Sploot says, well, the stalking is more subjective. OP has indicated he isn't taking it seriously. I agree with you that this is a mistake, but the gym management may well not take it seriously either. But the foot on the weights was immediate threat of physical harm and is something very solid that the gym will need to act on. Because if she gets that idea in her head again, someone is going to be seriously harmed on their property. I think it's quite easy for blokes to have more of a blasé attitude to what is pretty creepy harassment, because obviously there's that whole thing of like, you know, first off the ego side of it, not wanting to admit that you're being harassed by a woman, also blokes worrying that people are just gonna find it funny that they're being harassed by a woman or stalked. So I do get why the OP's got a bit more of a blasé attitude, because I think it's kind of the societal norm, which by the way I think is bollocks, to think that men can't possibly be harassed by women or stalked by women, but they can, and this is concerning. Andrea is very concerning. So we do actually have an update, a couple of updates actually. Aren't you lucky? So, actual update, Andrea is banned from the gym. I was running on the treadmill and watching TV. She came up to me and I ignored her, staring at the TV. She raised her voice and I continued to ignore her. She reached out and pulled the safety tab of the treadmill, the one you connect to your wrist so the treadmill stops if you fall, causing the treadmill to come to a sudden stop. I tripped and fell onto the controls and TV, scratching my chin on the top of the screen. I went to talk to the front desk with Andrea following me. I told them what she did. She kept trying to interrupt me and talk over me, but the woman at the front desk told her to be quiet and wait her turn. I told her Andrea pulled out the safety tab while I was running and injured me. The woman at the front desk then asked Andrea what happened. Andrea said I was staring into the middle distance, like I was in some kind of fouage state. Fouage? I have just looked up that word because I'm like, I haven't heard that word used before. And even Google was like, mate, what the fuck you on about? Do you mean gauge? So I don't know if that's a typo or not. You know, obviously, I haven't heard every single word in the world. So sometimes if I see a word and I'm a bit like, how do I pronounce it? Or, what does that actually mean? Because I don't use that word. I will look it up. And even Google was like, you're on your own. So who knows? Fouage state. Fewage. Wage. Who knows? And she thought I was having a medical episode, so she pulled the tab. Oh, bollocks, Andrea. Come on now, get off it. Pull the other one, it's got bells on, love. The woman at the front desk asked her for a membership card. Andrea didn't want to give it to her, but the woman at the front desk said if she didn't, she would ban her. Andrea gave her the card and the woman at the front desk said to leave, and she was suspended for a month. Andrea objected and got into an argument with the woman at the front desk that escalated into Andrea calling the woman an N and B word. Oh my god. So she was banned permanently. I hesitate to call that a happy ending because the poor gym employee had to put up with racial harassment. But I won't deny, getting to watch her cut up Andrea's membership card felt good. I bet it did. And I bet it felt good for the reception lady as well. I bet she felt great cutting that card in half. I hope she savoured every second of it. Fuck Andrea entirely, the nasty little racist toad. And then down in the comments of that update, Comfortable Focus 123 said, still not the butthole. Andrea proved herself to be crazy with a side of racist. Oh, didn't she just? And then OP says, and the irony is that she accused me of being racist for not wanting to date her. Obviously that was projection now, wasn't it? And then Anna Jam 1981 says, please be wary in case she follows you home. Watch that she doesn't just turn up in places you frequent, right? Check for a air tag on you somewhere. And then the last update about Andrea the gym nut, it says, sorry for the incomprehensible post I posted last night when I was drunk. I'll rewrite it to explain what happened. I tried to find the incomprehensible post. I could not find it. I really wanted to see how they typed when they were drunk, just for science. Last night I went to a bar near my apartment to meet up with some friends. The three of us were drinking and having a good time when Andrea walked up. I never saw her enter the bar. I only noticed her when she was in front of us. Please check yourself for air tags or tracking tags or whatever. This is weird. She greeted me and said it was good to see me and leaned in to try and kiss me. I pushed her away from me and she fell. Oh no. Oh dear. Someone check she's okay. But one of my friends caught her. She started yelling and asking what the F is wrong with me. I told her to stay away from me and not come any closer. She asked if I was embarrassed of her. Yeah. And didn't want my friends to see her. Wait, that's almost like she's implying that they're dating. Like, are you embarrassed of admitting you're with me? Like, love, you are nothing. What are you talking about? I said, this is the third time you've tried to assault me and I want you to stay away from me. At that point, the bouncer showed up to ask what was going on. Andrea said I pushed her. I tried to explain that she tried to kiss me and is stalking me, but I was drunk and not doing a great job. My friend also tried to explain that I was innocent, but they were also drunk. Security kicked me out the bar. My friends walked me home. I am definitely going to try and get a restraining order. This has gone way too far. I really hope you are successful in that because this is getting scary. So then down in the comments of that last update, Persephone says she is literally stalking you and it's going to get worse. If she tries to follow you again, please call the police. Ask your gym for video footage of Andrea purposefully sabotaging your workouts, purposefully trying to injure you and following you around. This situation is insane and escalating from following you around the gym to full on intruding into your personal life. Also see if there's footage of her racially abusing the staff, because that will go even further to show how absolutely unhinged she is. Does she have any of your social media? If so, definitely block her, even if she's not a friend, block her. As clearly she's starting to learn your patterns and outside hobbies, be safe. And then PSJ Riffback says, what I know from years of listening to true crime podcasts is police won't do anything until a direct threat is made. If then, and if you file a restraining order, the person you file against typically gets access to your address. Yeah, but the thing is, even if a direct threat is made, a lot of the time they won't act. They leave it until the person actually attacks you before they go, oh no, we never saw this coming. No, after the 15 reports made about threats, abuse and yada yada yada, no, you never saw it coming? The whole system is not set up to protect victims of stalking. That doesn't mean OP shouldn't still do it, so there's a record, but I wouldn't expect much action to be taken. Yeah, exactly. If you keep reporting everything so there is a record, at least then if something terrible did happen and it goes to court, you also have a leg to stand on then to file a complaint against the police for leaving it to get to that point as well. Which obviously, once something's happened, that's too late. Something's happened. But the least you can then get is maybe a little compensation or something. Probably not, but it's worth a go, and it's always good to have these on record. Next post. Am I the butthole for telling my neighbour I have no desire or obligation to babysit her children because I am a stay-at-home mum? I'm new to my area and I have made friends with a few neighbours through a Mummy and Me group. I've been in the group now a little over a month and I have a 9-week-old. I have a neighbour who is in the group and she asked me last week in an emergency if I could watch her 3 and 5-year-old. She looked desperate, so I agreed. I was like, well, it's just once. I am a full-time stay-at-home mum and I enjoy all my time with my little one. That day I watched her children was hectic as hell. My daughter was fussy and the children were very rambunctious to say the least. I was happy when she come to get them 6 hours later. She came to me today saying that she needed me to watch the kids in the afternoon. I told her no, I'm not a full-time babysitter and have no desire to take that much time away from my own child and navigating life with my child and husband. Her response was, well, it's not like I'm asking a lot, it's just the afternoons. What a cheek. I said it may not be a lot to her, but it is a lot to me. My husband works from home and he needs the house quiet to work. And I'm a new mum and I'm not interested in taking on any other responsibilities other than what I have right now. She told me I was selfish. I told her that she was entitled to think that I should help her just because I'm at home with my little one. Am I the butthole for being so forward? No, absolutely not. No. I think people automatically assume as well, very wrongly, that just because you've got kids, that must mean you love all kids and you're just one of those types that's like, oh, all the children. I just want to be around all the children. No. Edit. So she went on the group chat trying to disparage me, saying that I'm selfish, blah, blah, blah. One of the mums asked her why she felt I had a responsibility as a stay-at-home mum to watch her children. Then another mum confessed and reminded her in the group chat that she tried that with her and was told that the stay-at-home mums in the group are not her babysitters and she needs to make arrangements for childcare independent of the group. She attempted to double down, and then the moderator, creator of the group, told her it might be best if she found another mum group to socialise with. Then she backtracked and apologised. I was separately contacted by the moderator and told that if she contacts me or another mum for this reason again, she will be expelled from the group. I want to thank you all for your support and understanding my concerns. I'm navigating this and trying to figure out this new life. A year ago, I was a college student hanging out with my fiancé, now husband, and now I'm a mum and a wife in a new part of the country. So it's a lot of adjusting. Thank you for your help. Yeah, don't let people walk all over you and try and force you into looking after their kids. I get that there's some people that just love being around kids. Everyone's kids. They don't care. They're just built for that. And good for them, but we are not all made equal. We are not all made that way. Not everyone wants the added stress of having a bajillion kids running around their house that aren't theirs. I know I, for one, would not like that at all. But there's a lady across from me who does childminding, and I swear to God, she's got 10 toddlers in her house all at once on any given day. And I just think, hats off to her, fair play, because I think I'd have a nervous breakdown. Okay, so I think that's all we've got time for today. If you made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very much. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, notifications on, then you get to join the cult avoid. There's no t-shirts, but at least you get to say you're part of something absolutely fabulous. But yeah, whatever it is you're doing for the rest of the day, I hope you have a really good rest of your day. Goodbye. Ooh, the bus has just driven past my house, and that's the letters on the bus, the top, the little light bit, the letters. They're all jumbled and it just looks like some weird symbols. You know, like you'd see in a horror film or something where everything's going a bit to crap and like someone's haunted and then a bus will drive past and it's like there's a message on it in cryptic symbols. Look like that. Maybe Samara's coming for me. I'll let you know in 7 days.